Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Monday night here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Matthew, your somewhat manic Dungeon Master on this wonderful Monday evening. Before we jump into things that have been going on here, a couple of quick shout-outs. I want to say thanks to Little Dragon Corp. You can put an exclamation point in Little Dragon, give you a link to their website. You can check them out. They've got all sorts of fun dice and other things. I'm going to throw them up here. Maybe they'll roll well for me tonight if I need them. You can also use the discount code PROBONUS on their website. Get you 10% off your order, and they ship anywhere in the globe. So definitely check them out. If you happen to be closer to my neck of the woods, or rather to my buddy Michael's neck of the woods, you can check out Cardboard Castle Games. They're located in Evans, Georgia. You can put an exclamation point CCG in the chat. And holy heck, we've got a viewer in chat already putting those links in there for me. So thank you very much, Victoria. So if you happen to be local, though, go swing by Cardboard Castle Games. Let them know we sent you, and then lock 10% off your purchase in their brick and mortar location. So check them out. Let them know we sent you. We love them both. Now, with that being said, we're going to jump head first into where we actually check that. Sorry, I forgot. I should mention we have a limited time stream starting up this week. Starting this Friday, my buddy Michael, who is Dungeon Master on so many different things, or Game Master, I should say, given the different systems he's been running, is running another tale from that new from the Aliens tabletop game. This one's a little different than the last ones you've seen, though, as it is closer to like Aliens versus Marines. From what I'm told, the characters actually have weapons, and it's a little more of a battle than just my god, we're all gonna die. So definitely check that out. It starts this Friday. It's only running for, I think it's like 6 or 8 episodes, something like that. So it's about 2 months, and it starts 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So definitely check it out. With that being said, we'll jump into last time. Our party has, in a very roundabout way, eventually made their way finally to Cormier and the city of Evening Star. They arrived, unfortunately dropped in the river, but made their way off, tried to, shake themselves dry a little bit, made their way to an inn, only to find out that everyone was giving them the side eye, as it seems like this land of Cormier has some rather strict rules about knowing who's entered their borders, making sure proper paperwork is filled out, and licenses are had for adventuring parties. The innkeep sent someone to collect the purple dragons, who the party has come to learn are basically this land's army / National Guard sort of thing. They arrived. The party proceeded to get the lay of the land, get laid out what the laws were, including the somewhat strange one. It is a punishable by death crime to assault a cat. So, they have been warned of the laws, filled out their paperwork, with everyone giving their name. With the exception of Art, and again, well, Murdoch, we know Murdoch is Murdoch, but Artemis provided the name Crinthophalgian. I'm going to bludgeon this, constantly, so.
No worries.
Finally, in the back of Murdoch's brain, you could just hear the fireworks going off as someone finally gave a false name instead of their own true name to someone. But the party eventually got their rooms, got some rest. When we pick right up the next morning, as a group of you have come to consciousness, made your way downstairs, one of you had noticed your doorknob was a little warm. But upon opening it, there was no fire, there was no concern. It really had that sort of sensation like somebody had just set the metal doorknob in a bowl of boiling water and then put it back on the door, and then it just sort of slowly lost heat, so when you touched it, it was just mild discomfort at best. But eventually the group of you have found your way downstairs, food and drinks have been procured for your breakfast, then the story is yours. You find yourselves within the inn in the city of Evening Star.
We sure are.
This party panics and tries to figure out, oh crap, what are we supposed to be doing? Where are we going?
Are we getting it, like, still getting, like, side-eye from anyone? If
No,
there's
that's
others
once
dining
the
there?
guard left yesterday, you guys noticed the side eye sort of died down. You're seeing the people who you had seen yesterday are not side-eyeing you at all. The people that are sort of coming in and that you hadn't made, well, I'll refer to it as made contact with or hadn't seen you, are sort of looking like, oh, it's a new group in town. And you hear those sort of hushed whispers that now they're talking about an adventuring party in town.
I would like to go to the head cook or innkeep or whoever's in charge. I'd like to make a nice breakfast for my party.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
You always do.
I mean, I could also not make you guys breakfast.
No, it's.
Is
it's
there
just-
anybody?
26.
Okay. He looks at you and leans down on the counter, and as he leans down, you can see there's a tooth missing. He's like, huh? You make a mess in there. Taking out your coin purse. Then straightens back up and just nods towards the kitchen, where the kitchen is for you.
That's the nicest way I've ever been threatened.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
His
like,
reaction
in
is
passing as I
basically
walk away.
As you
What?
start walking away, he just starts. The rest of you watch as Sarah starts going in and don't really hear this conversation. But all of a sudden, you could see him lean down, look all scowly at her, and then stand back. And as she disappears in there, he literally is doubled over laughing. You can see he's starting to cry.
Oh no, she made him cry.
What's that about?
I don't know if that's worse than hurting him.
Well, he's not a cat, so I guess we're good.
For now.
If you turn into a lion, do you think it'll blow their minds?
I don't think it's a good idea.
I'm just saying.
DM, I don't know if I've ever seen a lion. I probably haven't.
You've
Yeah,
seen those,
probably
like,
not. Where you've been traveling, you probably haven't seen one.
Like a mountain lion.
Yeah, maybe a mountain lion.
Yeah, you've
Let's
probably
just
seen,
do
like,
a
a
house
cougar.
cat. I like being a house cat. It's fun.
No, you can be
You
a really
sleep
big
all
one
day
like
and
that.
nobody will call you out on it.
True. Also true. Also, if you're a lion, I don't think anyone will call you out on that either because you're just a really big cat.
They just might get upset that there's a lion.
Lion. I like your wordplay.
I totally meant that.
Ah, I see. It was unintentional. Okay.
But he was given a falsehood to his friend. So he's a lion.
A little bit of time goes by, and eventually Sarah comes out with a lovely meal prepared for you. Sarah, what would you have made?
A little bit of breakfast biscuits with some gravy, some sort of a fruit mixture, a couple of jams on things, sausage, eggs, bacon, tea, or at least hot water, and then several cups of tea bags. And then
Zara comes out, and as she's setting everything down, you can see the small, tiny tan and white inn dog is following behind, tail wagging.
I like shush the dog. I'll give you some later. More later. More later.
What are you doing?
Oh, you Bobby.
Yeah, eventually all of you who choose to partake in the food Sarah made are eating.
Okay.
There's also for those who drink coffee, there's once again the black tar coffee that Sarah makes.
Nice. Needed.
Stand a spoon up in it.
Somehow
Yes,
there's-
perfect. Thank you, Sarah.
As you
There's
pour it,
tiny
the
nip.
spoon comes out with it all nice and slow.
You've ever seen like black molasses, like that color?
And consistency.
All right. Shall we make a little bit of an itinerary for the day so that we aren't, just wandering around, upsetting people for once in a city, please?
The place we need to explore is outside the town.
The place we need to explore is outside the town, but I'm sure that there could be. Sure that they didn't just find some rings and then go run into the woods. Maybe they did, but I'm sure something might come back into civilization at some point. But yes, is there anything else that we need to do besides explore that? Or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Do we need to go and get some local tender?
Alright, from here
We
we
were
can do that.
told that this place accepts what we have.
This inn and the next one.
This inn. I believe.
Right. But they
Anything
said because
else?
it's on the main road that it's fine with other people's currency. So I don't. I mean, if we're planning to leave to go somewhere else, maybe we should worry about it. But I doubt the place we're going to be exploring is going to be a place we need to purchase things.
No,
Maybe-
I meant like, do we have actually group check? Do we have healing potions?
We do not.
I'm pretty sure I
would
still
check.
do.
I think more than a
I might
few of
have-
you do.
One.
I have 6.
How do you have 6?
I'm pretty
'Cause
sure I
bought
have
a
at
whole
least
bunch.
one major healing potion, but I don't have my character sheet, which it
I have
would have been written down on. But I know I'm pretty sure I have at least one major.
I
think-
used all of mine and gave my last one to the guy I stabbed. So
Yeah, I think all the way back in Baldur's Gate, because of when Sarah kept dying and I didn't have a healing spell, I was like, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of healing potions, and I've been sitting on I have 6.
Yeah, I think you picked them up at Sorcerer's Sundries, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
That sounds correct. Yeah, I think I did. So, I can give someone one if they don't have one. Sarah.
Thank you. Sarah takes it from you. She's still trying to pour that coffee. We almost have a drop. Any minute now.
I think I
Okay,
have
well,
one, but
I think
I
we
don't
might have
think I have-
given one to you
yeah.
along the
Was
way.
that-
I think I remember that conversation.
Is that regular or greater?
Regular.
We're rocking with a lot of regulars, I think.
Regular.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
how I got the one that I have too.
Okay.
So Sarah, add one to your inventory because I took one off of mine. I'm not letting a potion of healing get lost into the ether. I mean, I kind of like the idea of having just a little bit of local tender just because in investigation or exploration or trying to find people or things, it's always nice if there was someone that maybe saw something. Now, I'm a pretty convincing individual, but sometimes you can just throw money at things and people will help you. So that's not entirely
Well,
unuseful.
this is an ancient place we're going to go into. This happened hundreds of years ago. I mean, unless you come across an elf or a dwarf or a, which isn't common around here apparently, we're not going to get very many people who saw something from the locals.
There may be a half-sea around.
I don't think you can say that.
Do they not like that?
I don't think you can say that. I'm not entirely sure on it, but I'm not unsure either. Okay, well,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. We've gone to a lot of places where we didn't think that we were gonna find people, and then people are just there. So,
It's almost like there's a master of these dungeons we keep going to.
Why can't the dungeon just be empty and have a room full of money?
Oh, that happened to us, remember, with the dragon? Oh, you weren't there.
I wasn't there.
No.
We had to go down a precarious slide and then hack through a bunch of ice. It wasn't.
But
just
no one else was there.
There was a baby dragon, to be fair.
There was a baby dragon, and there was that big dragon frozen in the ice. So technically, they were there. But
Anyways, getting off track.
I mean, it doesn't sound
you're
like
probably right, Murdoch.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
ahead,
like it's
Rose.
a lot of effort to just, exchange our coin for some local tender. I mean, if we could just do it, I think.
Just some. We have so much.
That's true.
But then, yes. I would say then nothing else to do, per se. We did all the
Grab
paperwork part, so.
Grab some money and then get on our way.
Make sure you're all prepped for whatever this abandoned old rune is going to throw at us.
Yes, right.
Or I'm assuming it's abandoned. It might not be abandoned anymore. Let's go find out.
Okay.
Okay, so how much are you exchanging with the innkeep?
What's the rate? How much is in Kryn? It was like two gold equals 1 silver.
Yep, so basically what... let me pull this back up here.
I think he gave us like a slightly inflated price last
Oh,
night.
Oh, he
like
gave
5
us
gold.
room price. Yeah, sure, but
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, so the rate is 1-to-1. He does charge you a flat fee of 10 gold, but basically it's 1 gold, 1 gold coin will get you 1 gold lion here.
Okay.
all right. How many do we want, guys?
Couple
100? A couple hundred?
300?
300.
Yeah, sounds like a good number.
So I'll give him 310 gold, and I'll get 300 lions back.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so as he goes through and makes the exchange for it and hands these over to you, you can see that these are very ornate coins, and it is literally, this gold coin is basically minted. It looks like it is the head of a lion. So it is just like the face muzzle and the mane is the entirety of the coin. He gets everything broken up, gives it over to you, and says, "Oh, good luck in your whatever it is you're doing."
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go do what we're gonna do.
Right.
All right.
I'm strapped up, ready to go.
Yeah, I've dug out the rest of my gear from the bag of holding and put it on. So my other swords, quarterstaff, bow, they're all out and ready to go.
How far away is it to from here to the thing that I'm looking at? The haunted halls. Or is it we going to the Forgotten Keep? I forget.
Nope, so you're heading, the location that you were told about was the crypt is located underneath the haunted halls.
Okay, the haunted hall. Alright.
So that is, let me take a look here. I'll say it was like, so it's probably a good like a half a day's walk, or
Okay.
a brisk walk for the group of you. If you want to take it slower, it'll take you a little bit longer. But
Alright.
as you start heading out of town, the first thing you notice is that there is it looks sort of like a half burnt down barn, probably about 20 minutes or half an hour outside to the north of town. You can see the actual large barn structure is half burned. Walls are sort of leaning in and sagging. Looks like there's a small stone, looks to be a house or some sort of building near there that's in disrepair as well. As you start getting a little closer to it, you can see that it is just covered in refuse. It looks like people they're using it as a landfill at this point.
Gross.
Yikes.
And this is
Guess nobody's coming
like right
back.
outside the city, you said? Of Evening
About
City?
half an hour outside the city.
Okay.
How old does this ruin or burnt out look like? So like last week? 10 years ago?
Much older, years ago.
Okay.
All right. So, what sort of things should we keeping our eyes open for then?
Maybe a stairway down.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Or maybe if there's a family crypt, a mausoleum, that's the word. Sometimes those are on the property.
The name we're looking for is Whisper, but I somehow doubt that's their real name. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, if it looks relatively safe, we could split up into like 3 groups of 2 and see if we can like find anything interesting and then come back.
Are you sure splitting up is a good idea? You know what happened last time, right?
I do know what happened last time. I just meant like a circle around we can move as a gaggle. We can move as a gaggle. That's fine. We got the whole day.
Are you telling me I look like a goose?
No.
is that
I'm
what a
saying
gaggle is?
walking in a little I'm saying like walking in a little line like ducks.
Oh, we don't have to walk in single file.
I'm making a reference to RPG games.
What now?
We'll weirdly squeeze into one person and then just.
You've never played Cages and Criminals? Oh, people play it all the time back in Baldur's Gate. There's this friendly local game store.
I played tag? You know?
Yeah, and ring with stick. Anyway.
The meta
I
got
love
too.
ringing.
The meta got too weird on that one. I died. I stopped playing that.
What about
Anyways.
2 groups of 3? And one
That's
goes one
not
way,
really
one goes the other.
Well, sure.
I'm fine with that.
Yes.
Okay, so how are y'all splitting up?
People that have sending don't go in the same group, just in case something happens.
All right, bye, Lydia.
All right. Should we pick teams? I'll take Archie.
Nope. Oh, I feel like
Alright,
I'm gonna
sounds
awaken a
good.
childhood trauma right now.
I know.
But
I'm
Art
kidding.
has sending.
Well,
I'll take Granny.
Art
I
does.
mean,
we have three.
Three people do, yeah.
Yeah.
so-
okay.
It doesn't matter.
Or do you want us to just go one sending team and no sending team, and just you guys are just?
That's a terrible idea.
We can all just we can have a sending
I can
partner.
hear them, but I can't say anything back.
Why can't you say anything back?
I can't. I don't have any magic.
No. When you send the message, you can automatically send something back. That's 25 words or less.
Oh,
I think it
reply
goes
to
off
the
of their magic, not off of your magic.
Oh,
Yeah, but you can reply to the message rules.
It
How
goes
about-
on their bill.
how about we go as I see it on my Discord video feed, and I'll take Furia and Rose because they're beside me,
Sure.
and then you three are the others.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Works.
All right. Come on, vamonos. Everybody, let's go.
Okay, so we have Murdoch, Furia, and Rose, and then Lydia, Art, and Sarah.
That also means there's two people that can actually see, or there's one person that can see really well on each team.
Okay, so go ahead and everyone go ahead and make perception checks for me.
And that's why I go with someone who can see well.
12.
12.
1 to 2.
6.
27.
Yeah.
I can see,
16.
but I'm not very perceptive.
I'm sorry, you said 16, Art?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as you guys were sort of heading northwest, how would you have split, like, who's going which direction? Is one of you continue along the road and one just sort of wandering into the woods? What's your thought on how you're breaking this up and where you're heading to, so I know who's seeing what?
I thought we were going like around the
Yeah,
building,
the
meet
building.
in the back.
Oh, okay, so you're going, this is specifically, you're talking about the burnt down farm. Now I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Checking it out and just make sure.
Yeah, I don't think
What's
anyone's
up?
gonna run into the woods.
That's where you're wrong.
You
I might.
don't Furia of the woods. You are Furia of the farmhouse right now.
Okay, let me see. Where is my... Where are you on my notes? Okay. Okay, so as you're going, okay. So as the two groups sort of start going around and you're going through, it's basically, picture it like you're walking through a literal, just a dump. As you're starting to go through and there are just cooking utensils, pots, pans, broken pieces of wooden furniture, chairs, tables, all manner of different things. As you're going around, Lydia, you actually find a small pile of books that have been dumped. As you're flipping through and looking at them real quick, you do find one that references... let me jump over to... which screen has those notes? This one. Yep. It references Rivior's Keep. And then underneath it, the subtitle to it is The False Haunted Halls.
Alright. Arch, can you
And
speed read?
Furia, Murdoch, and Rose, as you guys are circling around. Okay, what you find is as you guys are circling on your side, you're a little bit closer to that sort of stone, what looks to be like the base of a stone tower or a stone house. As you guys get a little closer to that, you can see that what used to have a door on it has been pulled apart, and within there is a somewhat rudimentary but fairly thick, looks to be like almost like a mattress. There's a large amount of hay, some sheets and blankets laid down on top of it, a couple of pillows. You can see some candles that are not currently lit. Interesting in there. It looks like looks like a somewhat popular spot for, a little rendezvous in the dump.
Like someone has had the rendezvous already, or just like a nice place to have one?
It's Makeout Point.
It's basically Makeout Point. Someone literally put a bed, some candles in there. This is where the youngins go to make out when they don't want mom and dad to find them.
Oh, great.
In the trash yard.
I mean...
They must be desperate, I mean.
I would take a junkyard, but a dump?
Yeah. Especially in D&D, there's no like tetanus shot in D&D.
Lesser restoration, but that's about it. Most people can't afford their yearly lesser restoration vaccine.
Do you have your lesser resto ID card?
Okay, well...
Sorry, you reached the Lord's Alliance Medical Association? That will be 400 gold per month in order for us to cover you for your lesser restorations.
You have to go to the cleric within your range.
I'm out of network for all y'all.
That's a premium. And eventually the group of you, as you circled around, meet on the other side.
If Lydia would have like handed the book to me, then I probably would have like begun reading it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Like reading or skimming?
Probably skimming.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, skimming as we walk.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
That's a nat one.
Aw.
I
What's
trip
the
over
total,
something.
What's the total, though?
Whoa.
Isn't that one only auto fails on attacks?
Okay, well. That's a 5.
Okay, never mind. As you're trying to sort of skim through it, you're just paying attention to flipping through pages real quick, and you keep stumbling and like tripping and catching your feet over the different garbage around, just making it very difficult for you to be able to find anything out about it.
Oh my gosh, stupid
I mean,
folk in the ground.
anything interesting? It looks like you got a book there. Is that new?
This
Lydia
whole
found
thing-
it.
We just found it. It's called. It has something about the false haunted halls about it.
Oh, I mean that sounds like it could be related to what we're looking for.
Maybe don't read and walk at the same time. I've heard that's hazardous to your health.
Yeah, I'm gathering as much. I mean, there's been a couple times where I have fallen off of the dock back home. Anyways,
Could you read if I held you on my shoulders?
I could just like stand now and read, or just.
That's true. That's true. You can stand.
I mean, piggyback would be fun, but
I now know why Tensor's floating disk was invented.
Ah,
Oh my gosh.
We found
That's
it.
That's why they invented it. I've always wondered what use that spell is. That is why.
When you're a
Necessity is the mother of invention.
when you're a weak little wizard, you got no strength. You gotta move stuff. You got a floating
You
disc.
just sit on it and read. You don't have to stumble over stuff. That's why.
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple moments and actually read this book then.
Oh, okay. So as you
Is
take
there-
about
Oh,
10-15 minutes to read through it, it references that the actual haunted halls are located down within what's called Starwater Gorge. The entrance to Starwater Gorge is protected, so to speak, by Rivior's Keep, which many people mistake for the haunted halls. Basically goes on to say, and the keep is, it gives history on the keep and Rivior and how it was built and how dwarves built it for these individuals, and the dwarves were also responsible for the construction of what has come to be known as the haunted halls. Goes into a whole little bit about it and advises that basically you can poke around the keep if you want to, but if you're looking for this other location, follow the gorge until the end.
Well, it looks like haunted halls are sort of past a keep of some sort. Rivior's keep, and at the end of it is actually where the actual haunted halls are. References this place called Starwater Gorge. We follow that place until the end, and then huzzah.
Does it say where to find this Star Wars gold?
Probably somebody local would know.
Yeah, I don't have a map of this place in
There's
my
no-
noggin.
There's no first page that's a map. Didn't let you know that this is gonna be a complicated story.
Full of lots of walking and hobbits. No.
So all the reference, all of the group of you are aware currently is that it is north of, to the northwest of town.
Okay.
I say we
We're
just
heading
keep
down.
going to where we were going to go originally and see what's there. I mean, we're here anyway.
If we see anything that says, Starwater Gorge or anything, we can hop over. But or reviewers, keep that in mind too.
We have nothing but time.
Yeah, there was a. I'm assuming we would have. Well, we landed in the river. That's right by town. So, rivers are often in bottoms of gorges.
Rose, keep an eye out for dwarven masonry, maybe.
Oh, yeah, is that who built the keep? Is that what the book said?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, we'll do.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
We shall keep going.
Okay. As you continue to sort of head off to that northwest, you can see the river's probably only about 200-300 yards off to your east, as it's sort of winding that same direction. Rose, go ahead and make a perception check for me. As the party has specifically requested that you keep your eyes out for Dwarven architecture.
It's only an 8.
Oh, okay.
Now I said that I don't have a brain. I don't have a brain. I don't have a map in my brain. But like, do we have a map with us, or are we just kind of like?
I know north and the river and things like that.
We don't have like a local map, no.
Would there been a map in the book that I read back in Candlekeep?
Go ahead and roll a D100.
$57.
Oh, okay. So we'll say sure.
So, I tend to have a good eye for maps, because I'm a wanderer background. So would I know the basics of the landscape? I know the river runs.
We'll check with advantage.
Okay. Uh, 16 plus 8. I don't know what math.
You got pretty good. So what exactly are you seeking with that?
Just so I don't get generally turned around or lost. You know, I know cities back, or the town we are in back there. I know this might be a prominent river, so I would know, like, remember which way it flows. Just, you know, which way the high road went through the countryside.
So it's
that sort of thing.
Given your request about the asking about the map in the book and your role, you would know that the name of the river is Starwater River.
We are in the right place. Yes, you know, guys, I'm remembering the map that was in the book that I read about this country, and I'm pretty sure this is the Starwater River. And we're heading towards rivers are in gorges, so I think we're right on track with that book. Point to Art.
All right.
Well, I mean, Lydia found it. I just read it.
Yep. Well,
reading is knowledge. Knowledge is power. Something like that. Good job, Art. Ciphering that.
We're on the right track.
Ah, this is a team effort.
Tina.
I appreciate everyone complimenting each other, though.
So from what you said, Art, there's going to be a keep, and then we have to sort of get through the keep and continue on to get to the real place?
Yeah, apparently most people stop after the keep, but the actual stuff is at the end of the keep, yes.
All right.
What?
Well, we got to get to the keep first, I guess.
Okay, so a little bit of time goes by as you guys are sort of keeping on that same slow and steady path. And eventually, after a little while, Rose, you start to see some things popping up. And what you are... Of course, for some reason that file is corrupt and didn't save properly, so I can't show you the nice little artwork I had for our dilapidated keep.
No.
I apologize. As you start getting closer, as you've been following along near this river and heading in this direction, you can see what appears to be at one time, a very well-crafted stone keep. What you can see is the main keep structure and about 50 yards in front of it, 2 crumbling gatehouses on either side. Back beyond the keep, slightly offset to the right, running with the river, you can see, as you're sort of coming out of this slightly wooded area, that there is in fact hills starting to climb into more mountainous terrain. And you can see that there is a carved out section in between these two hills following the river.
Yeah, so I think we're on the right track, everyone. I mean, that looks like the keep that we're trying to find, and I see some hills and mountains beyond the gate, and it looks like there's like a cave or something carved out. So yeah, I think let's keep going.
Definitely more profitable than a dump/teenager hangout.
We did find the book at the farm, though. I mean,
True.
They were making out and telling spooky ghost stories.
So is this keep supposed to be also abandoned?
I mean,
Or is...
I would be surprised if it wasn't. It looks terrible.
yeah, I was gonna say the state of it looks like it's been abandoned for a while, but I don't. There are gatehouses, so it was obviously guarded at one point, but not
All
for a
sorts
long
of-
time.
When people go away, all sorts of things like to move on in, so...
Do you want to go through this place, or...?
No, I'm
Yeah,
good.
this is what we came here for, right?
I'm good.
Well, according to the book that Artemis had, we're supposed to skip this place and keep on going.
No, it kind of more said that this was protecting the
Mhm.
final
Oh,
The
place.
more that we have to go
This is-
through it and beyond it.
Entrance and then the nesting doll.
Yeah, the nesting doll. Yeah, I think it's within, so I think we do need to go.
All right. Well, those look like gates, I think.
Yeah.
So
Looks like it.
it's gate houses. There is no actual closed gate, though.
Oh.
You could literally just walk right up to the keep.
If someone does live here, does this count as breaking and entering?
Does it
We're
matter
not
if
breaking
we-
anything.
Yeah.
That's why I asked if it counted.
It's just entering.
Just entering. I'm looking around just to make sure that there aren't... I don't know. I feel like this is somewhere that goblins or something would love to, like, move in, and then they're, like, sitting there waiting to shoot me in the neck with a crossbow.
Yeah,
Keep your eye out for tripwires and that sort
Yeah.
of thing.
And as we get closer to the gatehouses, I'd like to look, just like peek in and see what the
Okay,
state
so
is in there.
Rose, as you get a little closer, and once you get right up near the gatehouse, you can see that the doors leading into the gatehouse there are cracks and parts of the boards are broken off of them. You look in, it's empty. Cobwebs, dust. Doesn't look like anyone's been in them at any time.
No, nothing in here. It looks like this has been abandoned just as long as the keep has.
Okay.
So, DM,
Carter.
is the keep like the building, and then behind the building is the gorge area with the cut into the rocks area? Or is it like the keep has like a big wall around it, then the keep's inside, and then behind the wall is the river
So
area?
neither. The gorge is... Let's say the gorge is the picture right behind me.
Okay.
The keep in the tower is my head.
Okay.
So you could literally just completely bypass this and head straight to the gorge if you want to.
Okay. I think we should do that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought this was like the entrance and we keep going.
Yeah, I thought
going
we had to
forward.
like pass through the gates to go.
I get
through,
it.
But
No,
When
this
it's
is
saying
just
that
sort
the
of
keep,
off.
when it said that the keep protected the gorge, it's because it's at that advantageous position where
yeah,
you could
like, defend
attack.
it.
Yeah.
If you
You
want
could
to
attack
store, if
from
you're
it.
trying to get into that gorge, now picture this 100 years ago, and the gates up, the walls there, everything's sealed.
It's
You're riding in to attack something within that gorge.
Okay.
This place has arms. It has military here. You can try to get past it, but this is right at the entrance. You're not getting in that gorge without a fight.
Okay.
This
Like
is like
the
the
wall
ticket
in
booth.
Winterfell.
Right.
Okay.
It's if
Okay.
you're quick, you can get by without a ticket.
Okay.
But there's a chance they're going to chase you down anyway.
In that case, yes, to the gorge then, not looking through an old keep, even though it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it looks interesting, but
No.
alright.
The book just said that the keep
So people
guarded
mistake
the
it
gorge.
often, but
And we probably have to come back this way if nothing else happens. So we really fancy another explore. There we go.
I
Sometimes
just
you
don't want to interrupt any youths that may be using this keep for other means.
It's just it's in my blood, being a dragonborn and searching old ruins. It's just calls to me for some reason.
Murdoch, do you need more gold?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I keep making references to video games. I'm so sorry. It's on my
I'm
brain.
not sure what those are. Obviously, I don't
Who
get
is
them yet.
Video James?
He's an artificer.
His partner's name is Jesse.
Jesse.
As the group of you continue on down past, and again following now, as there really is not so much of a road for you to follow anymore. You're now more along the river, the banks of the river, following down this gorge. What would the group of you be doing as you're traveling?
Has anyone figured out how we're gonna get down the gorge?
I will escort people down the gorge, like help them get down this.
You are.
Does
You're
it
following
look like,
the riverbank. You're at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
does it look? How wide is the gorge valley? Is it like
Grand Canyon?
a large river? Does it narrow? Can I see it narrowing?
Let me take a look here.
Because if it does narrow quite a bit, I will turn into a bird and scout basically the levels above us, just to make sure there's nothing gonna fall down or shoot us from above.
Okay, let me just check here. Is there anything on this? Yeah, so it narrows a little bit, but it doesn't look like it never gets to the point where you feel very like you don't feel overly trapped by it. But you're more than welcome if you'd
Okay.
like to fly up and look. But it does seem to be somewhat spacious.
Okay, well, I'll turn into a vulture and, well, first I'll say, guys, I'm turning into a vulture. I'm gonna go scout. If you really need me, shout, but I'll keep an eye on you. I'll let you know if anything's looming above us, and I'll take off into the sky and scout from there. Staying more or less right above my party, or maybe 30 feet in front of them. Not too far ahead.
Okay, so while you're doing that, go ahead and make a perception check. I just checked in your Fury. At best guess, you're somewhere like 300 to 400 feet across at the wider points of the gorge.
Okay, yeah, I'll just sort of fly back and forth 30 feet ahead of party. Yeah.
And what was your perception?
That's a 14.
Okay. And what would the rest of you be doing as you watch as this massive vulture just...
Depending on how long she spends scouting, I'll try to start ritual casting Unseen Servant, just so I have him here with me for a bit.
Oh,
My
okay.
Jeeves. Since I'm waiting anyway.
Easy enough. Well, she's doing it 30 feet ahead, so the party would still be moving.
Yeah,
Do
I
I-
was planning for you guys to keep walking. Since
Do I
I can
have to-
see a bird for 4 hours, so.
Do I have to stop walking to do it?
Go ahead and make a spellcasting check. So I think that for you is charisma, right?
Mm-hmm. 20.
Okay. It's your first time trying ritually casting a spell as you're, lighting your candles, holding it, and having to turn so the breeze doesn't catch it. But you managed to do it. It takes you a couple extra minutes, but
Okay.
a little bit of wax on your fingers and on the gloves, but
You got that, Murdoch?
I picked up like a little stick and I have like a little bit of a string and I'm tying the string on the stick because it says that the materials for this are a bit of string and wood. And I'm like,
kind of
nope,
like laughing.
magic. I'm magical.
You know what? Do you want me to hold the book for you, Matt? Do you want me to hold the book?
I don't do a book. Can you hum it like a C sharp? There is no harmony going on.
I was going to ask for a performance check, and then it was just like, nope, it's just like three people watching the bouncing ball and the sing-along, and somebody's got lag. It's just...
The lady with the flute is in the air.
Murdoch's like, okay, so I need to get like a triangle.
You don't have anyone to
Understood.
tune us.
Or like the little like
Oh, I got
Yeah,
it.
I don't have anyone to help us
Pitch
do.
whistle.
Pitch.
But yeah, no.
I need to
She'll,
bust out my concertina if you need a C sharp.
she'll get that going.
Oh.
As we're scaling a gorge, you just get out a concertina.
But yeah, that if anyone else was doing something, I just figured if there was spare time, might as well have a summon out for an hour.
Okay, so we're doing that. Rose, Art, Lydia, is there anything you'd be doing on the...
I mean, I don't have any magic, and I apparently can't sing a C sharp, so.
Aw.
I would be keeping my eyes out for like any sort of like entrances or like things that might look out of place? Question mark.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh my god.
I'm rolling really bad tonight.
I think you got a big boy.
I did.
Oh.
He gave me a 1. 9.
Oh, okay. So, some time goes by, and eventually, Furia, both you and Artemis notice that you're starting to come to the end of the gorge. And Furia, you notice it first as you can see from your vantage point, the river that's been flowing just sort of seems to enter in and drop and seems to go within to the mountain. Art, as you're getting closer, you don't notice the river right away. What you do notice is there are 2 openings on the rock face in front of you. One of them on the left-hand side to you looks to just be an open cavern. It looks natural. It's just an opening that leads within to underground. To the right of that is very obviously carved stone archway leading into a short hallway and two doors of some make. At this distance, there's not enough light shining in for you to really make out anything on the doors.
Oh, well, yeah. So much for secret entrances. I suppose we have a couple different ways.
Seeing the river going into the rock and me not seeing anything special from my vantage point, I'll fly back near down to the party.
And it's easy enough once you fly down and sort of circle down, and once you turn back towards that same direction, it's easy enough for you to see the same thing that Art's seeing.
All right, I'll fly over closer to the archways and wait for everybody to catch up.
Okay. As you get closer to that stone arch, you do notice that it is very masterfully worked. It is completely encrusted in this strange sort of growing lichen that's sort of creeped up on both sides of it. And within there, now that you're much closer to it, you can see that there are two, look to be very hefty wooden doors.
I'll wait for everybody to meet up. I sort of hop over to the one with the wooden doors.
So you can see your vulture friend is over by those carved stone entranceway.
Guess the archway then?
Oops, I hit the wrong button. Sorry, folks.
I'm fine with archway.
I mean, did the book say anything about a natural cave or a stone archway?
Not particularly. Just mentions the dwarves built both things, and I mean, I feel like dwarves would take more pride in their work, so the archway does seem like it would be more along the lines. But
Yeah.
maybe that's what they want you to think. I don't know. Let's just go that way.
Yeah.
We'll make our way over to our vulture-y friend.
Okay. And would anyone else be doing anything, or are they just catching up?
Just catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just catching up. Headed towards the
Okay.
archway.
Or is it-
Once everybody's, I peck at the intricate carving and then point my beak over at Rose. Not hard enough to damage the stone, or not trying to damage the stone, but if it didn't seem to work, I'd do it again.
Yeah, and it looks like, to me, like it would be dwarven carving work.
Yeah, as you're looking at it, you do recognize the you do recognize the telltale signs of dwarven artistry with this. Go ahead and make an investigation check as you're sort of looking at this entranceway and the doors and everything.
Okay. Oh boy. It's a nat one.
Okay.
You guys, stop it!
Yeah.
It's dwarven,
better
and these
dice,
doors
buddy.
have some very heavy-duty, large iron pull rings. Looks like they're meant to be opened towards you.
Rose starts pushing away. That one.
Come on, Rose.
Come on, Dwarven School for the Gifted.
Look at the archways. I guess it turns out being a dwarf doesn't mean you know dwarven architecture.
Oh, you still know it. It's somewhere inside you. Don't worry.
I have to go back and reread through Code Legal sometimes. It's not all up in here all the time. That's okay.
Yeah, I will attempt to open the wooden door.
Okay.
Should have done take magic.
As watches Rose reaches up in one arm, the other arm, and starts leaning back and pulling. And you hear ever so slightly as these ancient hinges groan to life as the doors swing out towards you.
Ooh, narration.
And as the doors begin to open, you see looks to be about a 30 or so foot long hallway, about 10 foot wide. Leads down, and off in the distance, it seems to disappear into darkness as it opens into a larger room within.
Well,
Yeah, let's go.
yeah,
I would like
nothing
to-
attack.
What are we waiting for?
I would like to cast light on a rock
Okay.
and be maybe like second from last or last, so everyone else can like see in front of me, but I don't want to like blow the element of everything, you know. Does that make sense?
Okay, so Lydia is casting light and staying near the
Yeah.
back. So who's taking point?
Or can I have a hooded lamp? I should buy a hooded lantern.
I'll take point.
You could
Okay.
sort of use your fist around the rock.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just cover it. Okay.
So we got Rose
I don't
taking
know.
point.
I'm gonna be near the back.
Okay. Lydia are in the back, Sarah, Murdoch, and Furia.
Could
I'm going to turn into myself, and I'll be somewhere near the front because vultures do not have dark vision,
Okay.
and I want to see in the dark.
put me right next to this little grandma.
Okay.
So I'll be right behind Rose then, I guess.
Okay, so we got Rose and Fury up front. Looks like we got Murdoch and Sarah in the middle. And then Artemis and Lydia the light bulb in the back. Okay. So as the group of you begin down this hallway, and again, as you're looking in, all of this hallway is just immaculately carved out of the surrounding stone. There is no tile or other materials brought into this hallway. It is just the same color stone from the outside of the gorge. It is just flat and smooth. Walls, ceilings, it is just perfectly squared, corridor leaning down. As you make your way down and eventually get to this point where the room opens up into this new chamber, the first thing, Rose and Fury, that you notice is in the northeast corner, you can hear a slight dripping. And there's a small puddle of water in the corner. There's a pile of weapons and a shield lying in the middle of the floor. As you look across the room from where you're entering, there's an open doorway that leads further within, barred by a set of iron gates. And beyond them, you see there is a crossbow loaded and aimed directly towards the group of you.
With my dark vision, as soon as I see all this, I'll hold up a hand, and then I'll also say, "Stop!" And I'll sort of move away out of the direct path of the crossbow off to the side. There's a loaded crossbow across the room behind a barred gate.
Yes, everyone kind of move over a little bit.
I don't want anybody to get shot. There's a pile of armors and stuff in the middle of the room. And just in case it matters, there's also a drip coming from a corner.
Gosh, your ears are good. No one's holding the cross. Is it more like a trap?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. We see a crossbow, but do we see somebody holding it, or just a crossbow?
It is, as you're looking at it, seems to be situated on some sort of a tripod.
Okay.
And it is aimed so. And as you're looking at it, specifically you and Furia being slightly more martial in some respects than some of the others, you would both notice that it is aimed in such a way that it's not going to hit the bars. It would shoot down the hallway towards who's ever there.
Okay.
The two of you also notice, just so you have the information, the pile of weapons is 2 long swords, 3 short swords, a broadsword, a dagger, a large metal shield, 2 belts, and 3 arrows.
I want to detect magic. Is that a good idea? I'm gonna take...
Well, how? Because it might be out of range of your detect magic.
Oh, right.
How far away is the crossbow and the weapons?
So the crossbow is on the far side. So that's going to be, let's say, assuming that you all have stopped right at the entranceway of the room, the crossbow is going to be about 25 to 30 feet away from you. The weapons are probably about 10 feet.
Okay, so you could. And I might be able to deal with the crossbow.
And seeing this crossbow, I'm going to put my battle axe on my back and actually take my shield off of my back and just hold it out in front of me in case this shoots.
Okay. If Lydia wants to detect and see if there's anything magical, I would say you do that first, because I think I can deal with the crossbow, but I would like to know if there's like a magical trap as well.
So you're taking the time to cast it, Lydia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
So Lydia, as you cast your spell, you do get a very faint hint of illusion magic on the shield.
Ooh.
Nothing else.
But is there anything on the front of the shield that I can see? Like without magic? Or is it a plain shield?
It looks just like a plain, from where you are, it looks just like a plain shield.
Okay.
But you can it's laying in a pile of weapons, so it's not like you can get a real good look at it. You'd have to go over and move it.
Okay.
Upon that info that I'm assuming Lydia told us,
yeah,
I'm going to start from where I'm standing, scanning the floor for odd traps, raised tiles, trip mines, trip lines. What can I see, if anything?
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I also want to look at, I guess, just the source of that drip. Is it actually just like a crack in the wall or something, or is it pipes?
Oh, okay. So it doesn't take much for you to see that. As you get closer, there is actually a small crack in the top corner of the ceiling that you can see is just, as you get over there and sort of touch the wall, you can feel it's slick in one spot from where water runs down. And as you look up at it, you do have dark vision, right?
Yep.
With Lydia being in there with the light going on and off. You can see that there is ever so slowly, it's like after you've turned your shower off and it's sat for a couple of minutes, you get that one drip that is just builds, and then a minute or so goes by and
Okay.
And what was your investigation check, Furia?
17.
Okay. You spend a little bit of time looking around. You don't see anything.
I'll slowly shuffle into the room and around the corner away from the the crossbow.
Easy enough.
Before we get too close to it, just because I don't like that it's pointed at the door, I still have Jeeves. He lasts an hour. And he is a invisible, weightless force, so I don't think that he can trigger any traps on the ground, even if there are some. And he can be sent out 60 feet. So what I would like him to do is go over there to that crossbow and either unload it, or in failing to do that, see if he can push it or rotate it so it's not facing the door.
Okay. As you give him those instructions and you watch as he goes over. Well, you don't watch because you can't see him.
Nope.
I can see him. He looks like that.
Detect
magic, probably, yeah.
Yeah, so you do see this strange sort of... You get the same glow from Jeeves that you do from the shield. As you watch this sort of amorphous blob just move through those bars. And then it hovers over next to where the crossbow is. And then hovers and floats back through the bars over to Murdoch.
He was not able to do it.
It's hard for you to be able to... He can't respond to you.
Oh.
So Lydia saw him go over there and come back. You didn't see any change from where you are in the crossbow. Though.
Well, I'm going to maybe go over there. I'm not going to touch anything other than the floor. I'm going to, shuffle my way over, sort of testing each floor panel as I go, just in case. Oh. And I'm going to go over to the gate, not stand in front of the crossbow, but sort of look at it to see what I can see. See what I can see beyond it as well.
Oh, okay. So, and Lydia, do you have your light open or closed at this point?
Probably open, because I'm going to go over to the shields and such not.
Oh, okay. So as you've got that open, as Lydia's moving up towards the shield and you've made your way around and you're looking, Lydia, you can see this crossbow looks to be 400 years old. There's no.
Is the string frayed?
There is no string that you can see.
Okay.
You don't see it. You can see that there is a metal tip to a bolt on the floor in front of it. You don't see a bolt.
Okay.
You also notice, as Lydia's got the lights on, that these bars that you're looking through are rusted solid.
Even if I found a mechanism to open the gate, it probably wouldn't move. It's just too...
Your best guess is that it's going to be difficult to get this open.
I'll rattle one of the side bars. Yeah, it's pretty stuck, isn't it?
Let me in!
If only we had someone stout and strong who could maybe break some rusted old gate.
Rain on it, Murdoch!
I might not be stout.
I will approach the rusted bars.
So as Rose is heading up to there, we're going to jump over to Lydia real quick, who is walking over and picking up the shield to look at it.
You die!
The moment you touch the shield, Lydia, you watch as a massive mouth appears on the front of it.
Okay.
And you hear, "Beware. These were carried in by those who will never carry them out again." And then the mouth closes and vanishes.
It's the magic mouth.
Did you hear that? The shield told us not to do anything and to be wary, because...
The string is frayed. There's no string on this crossbow anymore. The bolt's even gone. The door's rusted
Yeah,
shut.
these bars are rusted shut. I mean, everything here is hundreds of years old.
Apparently magic doesn't go away.
Apparently not.
I guess not.
Is it a good shield?
Is it a good
I
shield?
mean, it was
mean,
magic. Is it even real?
It's a metal shield. It's a shield. You can see there's some dents in it. It's been used, but
Do you need a shield, Granny?
It's as big as she
I was
is.
gonna say it's bigger than she is.
It is. It's like a tower shield to her.
no, it's literally a tower shield. So it's literally what she stands behind. It looks like
It's a fortress
Tom
shield.
Clancy's ballistic shield. It's just
You know, she can't probably use it as a shield, but she can use it as a wall.
True.
Yeah.
Or a sled.
Oh,
I
wait!
like that idea.
I mean, hell, they're probably old and not worth much, but if you want, you can just put all of that stuff in my bag of holding. I don't care about taking this stuff.
No,
At
it's
all.
probably rusted and everything. It's okay.
Okay.
Just call two brothers scrap metal.
Two brothers. They take scrap metal.
Well, if there are traps in this place, I mean, these people... I mean, if the message was correct, they were from people that died here. So just be careful. We don't know what traps are active and what traps have rusted shut.
Well, you're Nuck. I happen to have a keen eye for traps, and I'm gonna start walking towards my my friends. Can I see?
Can I see?
I think we already looked.
No, I meant like I'm going over to you guys at the rusty gate.
Oh, at the gate.
For those of you in roll 20, I just threw you onto a different screen.
Well, we always forget roll 20.
We haven't
Okay.
used.
We
super
haven't
much.
needed it often, but this is one of those situations.
One of
where
those times.
you just might.
One of these
Right.
days.
Welcome to
So,
the Tomb
yeah.
of Horrors.
Oh no!
And you're easily able to walk over there. I mean, there's a pile of weapons. If you can either walk through the pile of weapons or you could just walk around. It's one thing, just so you are aware, for those of you looking in roll 20, the map is each square is a 10-foot by 10-foot square. So
Oh God.
Okay.
Rose, do you think you can knock it down, break it out, anything like that?
I mean, I'll see what I can do, and I guess I'll just try to like rip the bars out. I don't know if I want to use my axe to swing at them.
Why don't we use one of those broadswords that we just found?
Yeah, I could do that.
I think that this should be super easy for you because you're really strong. And I'll give
What
you,
a day to not have heat metal on me.
I'll give
Darn
you a
it.
little bardic inspiration though.
All right, so I will go back to the weapon pile and pick up that broadsword, and go back to this gate
My
of
bless.
these iron bars
Oh,
That
okay.
can help.
and try to break through them.
Guidance might. if
I
you
don't
have it.
got. I don't guidance. I only bless on me right now.
That's okay. She's got inspiration.
Okay.
So go ahead and make an attack roll then if you're trying to attack it with the broadsword.
Yeah, what is the attack with a broadsword?
It's a strength based.
Okay.
So
So,
you're
yeah.
a barbarian, so I'm assuming you have proficiency with it. So it'd be a d20 plus your strength plus your proficiency.
Okay.
Basically, just roll an attack with whatever your normal weapon is,
Okay.
because it'll be the same
Yeah.
thing. It's a strength based attack.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, that is 27. And I'll throw in the bardic inspiration anyway, why not? Oh, and an 8. So that's 32.
So as you watch as Rose winds up with this thing and
35.
swings and just both hands with this broadsword into this gate. And you watch... As you can hear the metal and metal clang into each other. Rose, you do manage to carve a good, like, quarter of an inch into this bar. But the force of your strike is such that it actually snaps the blade off the broadsword.
Oh, okay.
And where you have struck, the blade literally breaks.
All right.
So you did manage to carve into it a little bit. But
Maybe just a good boom.
Yeah, can I...
You can use your
will
axe.
say for the instance of the Bardic Inspiration, you were not successful in getting through, so I will say you still have your inspiration.
Oh, okay. So would I...
There's still 2 more longswords in the pile.
Could I rage? And then I'm going to, like, where I kind of did the damage, I'm going to try and, like, kick it, basically. Like, one leg and, like, put my heel right into the part that I kind of weakened a little bit already.
So go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay.
And I think raging, you have advantage on that, I believe.
Yeah. $14 plus a 9, that's a 23. And I'll use the Bardic Inspiration. 24.
Okay, so as you watch as Rhodes comes back and winds up and takes a right, and based on where Rose where she was swinging this broadsword is, this is not an easy kick for Rose to make, as this is basically like shoulder height for her.
I thought about that, but
so it's as you watch as Rose basically gives a wrestling style big boot. You do manage to to break through that bar and push the bottom part of that bar. You sort of bend it in forward and get sort of caught as your foot is basically wedged in here now.
Okay. Oh, damn it.
I'm standing nearby. I'm going to help him relocate the foot out of the bars.
Easy
Grab
enough
it
to do.
and
It's one of
move
those where
it.
Rose had it so high, just couldn't get it back out on her own. Yeah, you reach over, it takes you not even 5 seconds to just sort of lift and pull the boot a little bit to get that piece of metal out. So you do have one of the bars on this door sort of bent in now.
Good job.
Good job,
That was
Rose.
impressive.
I mean, it's pretty rusted. It's...
Can anyone
Well-
fit in the door now?
Yeah, so is it like, can we just push through this thing now, or is it
Basically,
still...
you've bent one of the bars in out of the 3 bars across. Now you got to do something to get rid of that bar. Either keep trying to bend it, try to pull it out.
I can try with you, Rose. I'm pretty strong too.
Alright, yeah.
If you
And I,
keep bending that bar down, yeah,
yeah, I
that
guess
goes very much
we
work.
could try to just like wrench this one till it kind of like
Sure.
fractures.
Or you just
If
bend
it-
it over.
Or bend
I
it,
step
yeah,
over it.
whatever.
Mhm.
Either way.
Oh, okay. So the 2 of you are working together on this. So one of you can make the roll with advantage.
Go ahead, Rose.
Okay. Uh, 15... dirty 20.
Oh, okay. So as the 2 of you sort of grab onto this thing, Rose, you going low and Lydia coming sort of over you, and you start trying to pull and push. At one point when, Lydia, as you're trying to pull back, and it's a sort of an awkward position given you're working with somebody like right between your knees, essentially. As you go to pull back, the 2 of you, as you're both pulling back, you actually manage to slide it out of the ground.
Good job, Rose. That
Alright.
works well.
Got it.
All right, can everybody fit in, or?
It'll be a little bit of a tight squeeze for Murdoch and Lydia, but they'll be able to fit through.
Okay.
We'll be squeezing.
We can push or pull you if we need to.
I walk through, just like butter.
You do feel a little bit of the metal from the top piece just sort of run through your hair.
No, I want to be like the Terminator, just like liquid.
Liquid Granny, we can arrange that. There are some spells.
I'll wait to make sure Murdoch and Lydia can go through in case I need a push from behind.
You see no like medium-sized dog go through a cat door? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so the group of you managed to eventually make your way through. And as all of you step over there and you can see the remnants of a long since mostly dead crossbow. Just past it, you actually come to a four-way intersection. So you're going off into the distance and straight ahead of you, there looks to be another room opening up. Then on either side, the left and right, there are hallways that lead down into rooms on either side.
Guys, I took the locate object spell this morning, thinking it might help us. Do you think this is a good time to use it? I'm not sure how big this place is. It has a limited range, but...
I mean, it's a good thought. I mean, if you don't mind, burning up the magic,
I planned to use it at some point. That's why I took it, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it might help us now that we have more than one option. Or it could lead us down the wrong path completely, and it's a chance.
I think it's definitely good to... I was about to say it's definitely good to use at some point, but you're right. If it's really big, then it could just mean that it's far away. If it's really small, it could mean it's not here at all.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try it.
Okay.
And I believe with locate object, in this case, I can only get as specific as ring.
And then make sure that we don't have ours out. Otherwise, I think it'll just pick up one of ours.
So before you cast your spell, Furia, you would know that it can locate an object known to you as long as you have seen it up close.
Right. The object that is familiar to me. But then it also says the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind. So then, as long as we have our things in, like, maybe the bag of holding, it would work. Such as apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. Like that last sentence there.
Oh, okay.
As long as it's not in a lead box.
Okay. And is anyone wearing a ring?
I would say before this, knowing the spell, everybody put your ring in my bag of holding. You can get it back after.
Yeah.
And then I do the spell and then see what happens.
You have to take off your wedding ring. Oh, sad.
Her wedding ring, her Zentarum ring, her...
All my rings are going... Well, yeah.
My ring's
Xanthar's
already...
ring.
Yeah.
Fury, are you also removing your other ring?
Yeah, I don't wear my special ring.
I thought you had it around your neck.
It's hidden from view at all times, whether it's
okay.
necklace or pocket. But yeah, I'd put that in there.
Oh, okay.
My Zent ring would be in the bag. Yeah.
Okay.
Ring collection. And then I would do the spell.
Okay. Give me a second here. I have to go through all my notes and see what I've got in here. Give me a second. I'm searching through.
Yeah, so I just know like the direction, not the pathway.
Okay. So it says the nearest location of a. Okay. Yeah, so then you get a ping. Numbers. Coming from basically straight ahead of you. So given I've got the compass up on the map. So this is coming from west, very slightly to the south of you, within 1,000 feet.
Okay. Concentration up to 10 minutes, so unless I need to drop it, I'll be
Okay.
concentrating on it. I don't know how far we'll get in 10 minutes, but...
We'll see.
All right. Everybody take your rings back. I don't want them.
Okay.
All right, my ping is straight ahead. But that could mean anything.
And what's the room in front of us? Is it just, are we still in that big...
So
Oh, no,
basically
we're in
you
the
guys are...
doorway.
Oop, that's not my pinger. You guys have just sort of made your way through and you're sort of right in this cross section. So Furia's ping is telling you it's somewhere... Wow, that's a horrible arrow. Somewhere that direction.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Votes?
straight ahead.
I'll go last again with my loot.
Yeah, I'll continue to lead.
It works for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Place your footsteps gently, just in case there's a trap of some sort. That mouth shield keeps ringing in my ears.
As you make your way down, give me a second, I'm just horrendously trying to draw another little clear the path for you. As you start moving down this hallway towards it with Lydia popping that light out here and there, we're actually going to take our break here before we get to the description of the room because I just realized it's already 9:40. So we're going to take a break here as our party has made their way into another room within the haunted halls. So we'll be back in just a few moments, folks. If you've been hanging out with us, don't go anywhere, as the party has got a bead on, thanks to Furia's Locate Object spell. They're heading in the direction of the closest ring. So, let's see what we find. Be back in just a couple minutes, folks.
BRB.
everyone, as our party has started exploring the haunted halls. And we will pick up right where we left off as our party has continued down their main hallway. And as you start to enter this room, as it sort of opens up on either side towards this central wall, the first thing you notice is in front of you large set of closed double doors that look to be made of solid bronze. On either side of them are two large statues, likewise bronze. The statues are standing before you on stone pedestals. And as you're looking at them, you can see that these are humanoid. It's 2 legs, 2 arms, but completely covered in this fluted, beautifully ornate plate armor. 1 male, 1 female.
Equality.
Both reached out with one hand gesturing towards the door in between them, and the other hand resting on their sword hilt. You get that slight scent of metal as you're entering the room.
Scent of metal, like blood, or just like
No,
because there's a bunch
like
of
metal.
bronze? Okay.
Like if you walked into a room filled with like iron and bronze and steel, you just get that very metallic scent.
Uh-huh.
As the group of you are sort of getting to the entranceway of this room, you can see there appears to be something scratched or carved into the ground in front of the statue on the right-hand side.
And what, pray tell, is scratched?
From this distance, you can't see. You'd have to get up closer to it.
Before I get closer to the statue, is there like a clear indication of like indents or something that there's perhaps pressure plates leading to the statue?
Go ahead and make an investigation check. And actually, something else that I should mention, where I believe somebody's spell is still in effect, is Lydia. You are seeing strong magic radiating from the doors and statues.
Alright, I will share that.
23.
What kind of magic? Sorry.
I'm going to call this abjuration.
Okay, well. I will share that with the group.
Hold on, let me... Okay. What was your roll, Sarah?
23.
Okay, as you're looking around, it looks like there is a slightly raised section of flooring directly in front of the double doors.
No one go at the double doors yet.
Okay.
Alright, you see something? A trap?
Maybe. But also maybe, I'm gonna look at the statues.
What's that on the floor over there, in front of that statue?
I'm going towards it.
Okay.
Hopefully it's helpful.
Okay. So as you get closer to it, you see that the letters B, E, W have been scratched into the ground, And beneath these is a triangle, a zigzagging line coming out of the bottom of it. And that's it.
B-E-W. Syria, can you turn to a giant spider?
Yeah, let's not.
Why? This room is kind of, kind of small for that.
Well, on the floor here, it says B-E-W. That's not a word, but backwards, that's web. And there's a triangle on the bottom with a zigzag line, which I'm thinking is a spider shooting a web out of its behind. And if my theory is correct, I need you to turn to a giant spider and move these statues to the plate in front of the door with your webbing.
I don't think spider's webbing is that strong, first of all. Your spider thing might be correct, but these statues, I don't know if we need to move them at all.
Very magical.
I'm going to look up at the ceiling. Is there anything up there? The talk of spiders.
This looks to be, again, much like everything you're seeing, is just very smooth, perfectly carved, right angles on the walls.
What happens if we trigger that trap that you spotted from a distance?
Oh, so you're allowed to set off the traps now.
I'm not doing it. I'm asking a theoretical question.
We could grab one of the swords from the pile from earlier and try and, I don't know, spring it from a distance, or just use one of our own weapons, I guess.
Any other theories?
Just be careful, because they're super magical.
I definitely feel like web seems right, but why would it? What I'm trying to figure out is why it would be written backwards in that sense.
Right. Why wouldn't it be like initials for something?
The writing is facing our direction, right? Not like the statue wrote it point of view, but like somebody coming up to the statue wrote it?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Why would they write it backwards then?
Mirrors?
Hey, I was gonna say, are there any mirrors around here? Or...
There was the shield.
The only triangle thing I can think of is the actual kind of shape of the room here.
So I should mention, and I apologize, I forgot to mention this to me. This is written in an older dialect of Common. So the letters that you're looking at are easily recognizable, but picture it's sort of like somebody now reading a word that Shakespeare would have wrote.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing, perhaps?
It may not.
Like ye old inn versus the inn?
Well, I've probably read a good old fantasy Shakespearean play or anything like that.
Who is the Shakespeare you keep talking about?
He's got the spear outside of Daggerford, and he just shakes
goes
it.
like this.
I don't think shaking a spear is a very good weapon tactic.
No,
it's well, because he's a comedian, you know. It's like in some of the plays, it's like rubber, so it like it's funny. Anyway, rubber.
I mean, is B-E-W a word in Old Common? It doesn't sound like anything.
That's what I was building up to.
Yeah.
Does it does not remind you of anything? It does not sound familiar to you, Murdoch.
Okay.
Well, we know the doors and the statues are magical. We know that there's some sort of trap here. And we know that there's this clue. We have 2 other options.
True.
We don't have to be standing in front of this door wondering all day. So maybe there's another room that gives us a better clue.
Yeah, maybe we don't have what we
maybe.
need.
Good idea.
Keep web in mind, though.
Web and that symbol.
Yeah, maybe we'll see more if we go down a different path.
So, by the way, the symbol, is the squiggle inside the triangle, or is it like coming off of one of the points of the triangle?
So,
Are they not
you've got
touching?
Yeah, I wonder
You've got
that
the
too.
triangle, and then you get the little zigzag.
Right out the bottom.
Oh, okay, I did that wrong.
Okay.
That is how I drew it, but I wasn't sure.
Wait a second, is it an arrow?
I mean,
It's a
stylized one, maybe.
Like a wiggly arrow?
Yeah. In a sense.
How did I had my pencil before we went to break. There it is. Okay, so it is. I just realized pencil is going to show up abhorrently on stream, but oh well. Don't mind the cheap 2nd grade artwork.
I'm sure you can do a triangle just fine, Matthew.
It's okay, we're not
Essentially,
grading you.
This is what you're looking at.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll keep that in mind. Let's check those other hallways like Furia suggested.
Okay, so you guys start backtracking. And as we get back up, now you can see the remains of those iron gates in front of you. Are you heading to the left and going north, or taking a right and heading south?
I say left north.
Okay.
Sure.
Fine with me.
Sure.
We will. We north then.
Sorry.
Okay. So, I'm just gonna do all that at the same time so I don't have to do it afterwards. Okay, so as you turn and start heading back up towards the north. Okay. As you get into this sort of open room, you can see that there is an opening that seems to head back towards the back towards that main entrance room you were in just a little while ago, but seems to end at a dead end, just runs into a wall. Off to the left, heading back west, you can see that there is a open doorway that leads into a room. As you're looking into it, there are doors on the north wall and on the far west wall. You can see the ceiling seems to have some sort of like green sheen almost to it. Looking around though, you can see there are a couple of cots in here. Small chests next to them. It looks like this is some sort of quarters of some, best guess, maybe guards or workers. It's not, nobody of importance slept here. This is workers or something of that nature.
When you say green sheen on the ceiling, is it like drippy, viscous?
As you're looking up at it, Well, actually, I should say, Lydia, would you be continually casting your light cantrip?
It lasts an hour, I think.
Oh, okay. So as you're looking at, it is not dripping, but it definitely has that sort of slight reflective quality to it. It's not
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. We should leave.
Alright.
And you can see
Why?
it's so you're standing outside that little doorway, and that is covering the ceiling in that next room where all the beds and the chests are.
Okay, so it's not the room we're in.
No, it's not the first room you entered.
Okay. I'm gonna like tug on Lydia's sleeve and be like, just point your light in there for a second, dear, so I can make my point. And get like point up at the ceiling, make sure my party can see.
And this was what was on the stone archways, you know, at the entry.
No,
Wait,
it does
right?
not look to be the same.
Oh, okay.
I have a theory that we don't want to go in that room lest we
dear.
repeat what almost happened to Artemis and Snow Moon at the temple
Right.
with the archway.
I mean, do you know what that is?
I have a theory that it may be a giant slime that's either pretending to be the ceiling or is part of the ceiling, and it will possibly come down and devour whomever is in that room.
Not a bad assumption.
All right.
So, what are we going to do about it?
Not go in that room.
That's a good idea.
But that leaves us only one option left. And if that option is a dead end, then what are we going to do?
Then we can come back and think about it.
Can we see like the end of this room from where we are, like without going kind of across the threshold?
I think you muted.
Thank you. As you guys are sort of all coming up and just taking turns looking through this doorway right here, you can see there's a door, 15 feet in that leads to the north, and a door 30 feet away on the far side that leads into somewhere else. But Sarah has called attention to this green reflective surface above you.
I mean, I know slimes are real. You have one in a compactor box, Sarah, and there was one in that turtle way back when, and Art got almost eaten by.
Why don't we go south?
You don't have a good
No.
track record with those things, huh?
All right.
We could lure it down and then kill it to death.
I'll stay far away.
Are there any like loose, like, pebbles or stones like along the walkway, or it's pretty sounds like it's pretty.
It's pretty clean in this section.
Yeah.
There are weapons back in that main room.
Mhm.
And everywhere else has been dirty and dusty and old. But here is clean.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm gonna slowly back out of the door.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's try south. I do think that's a goopy boy that would drop down on us from the ceiling.
Rose, if you find a rock somewhere, pick it up. We might have to come back this way anyway.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye out.
I will
Yeah,
too.
There is a rock. It's in Lydia's hands.
Yeah, is there a? I mean,
We could have a glowing.
I can see
Slime.
without it. It's just- If we throw that, will some of us lose the ability to see?
I mean,
Me
I
and
have
Sarah can't see in the door.
a couple
don't think you have to-
extra.
Touch it to make it glow.
I just mean, depending on if I throw it.
What you
too
gonna do
far,
with the rock?
was gonna throw it out and see if anything happens. I don't know.
I can
the
give
room
you.
isn't that big.
I can give you a dagger. I have a few in my pack that I don't
Yeah,
really use.
We were gonna back out of this room, so I'm going to
Yeah.
do that.
I kind of want to kill the slime though.
We might.
All right, head to the south path first, and then see what we find.
And if not, I'll give you a dagger.
I don't like slime.
Okay.
I mean, slime. How difficult could that be?
Very. Very oozy.
Okay, the last time it wasn't that bad. Although I wasn't the one inside the slime.
Can get pretty big, I think.
As you make your way back and head down to the south, you see a very similar layout. As you come down, you have that same hallway leading back towards the entranceway that ends in a dead end. You have that same sort of antechamber with the doorway heading west. As you peek in that doorway, though, you can see that there are wooden bunks lining the walls, and they're all smashed, destroyed, laying in different chunks on the ground. You can see that there are a couple of longer chests that look like they may still be in one piece, laying underneath the destroyed remnants of beds. As you look to the south, there is a door that leads obviously to the south, that is slightly ajar.
Looks like the last person in here had the same difficulty we did.
Yeah, something big happened in here.
Fighting or looting.
Yeah, what are those chests under the bed?
What kind of chests do they look like? Just like standard wooden?
They look to be wooden chests, but they do. As you're looking at them, they seem to have survived whatever destroyed the three-tiered beds being destroyed. They're about 5-6 feet long, maybe 1.5 to 2 feet deep. No, they don't have pincers.
It's a mimic, it's gonna bite us.
Teeth?
I guess to the best of my ability, I'll go to the nearest one and see if it's trapped in any way, and then.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
What was that? It was a little like choppy.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. That's a 2.
Nope, not trapped at all.
Need to get
Alright.
Maddie some new dice.
I'll try to open this chest.
Okay. Reach down as you pop the hinge and lift it open. It's an empty chest. Looks like it might have had some clothing, maybe some bedding in it. Looks like it's a typical bunk chest.
Alright.
Yeah, they're like foot lockers. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Footlocker. That's what I was looking for.
Linen chest.
Yeah, I guess it's empty, so.
It's empty. Could be used for carrying things, should you decide to bring it with you.
Oh boy. I'm going to
It's about dwarf
head over to the door that's slightly ajar. Can I see any light coming from it, or like can I hear anything behind it?
Go ahead and make a perception check. You don't see any light. Basically it's darkness beyond it.
Okay, well, that's slightly better. 16.
Okay, you take a couple of moments, listen. You don't hear anything.
Okay. Is it opening into the chamber or out?
Let me take a look and see. It opens into that hallway, so you would open it into the darkness.
Okay. I'll give it a gentle push.
Okay. As you give it a little bit of a push, it opens into a hallway in front of you. You can see there is an opening. As you're facing down, there's an opening to the right.
And this hallway kind of looks similar, kind of dusty and stone.
It's carved stone, and now that the door's open, Lydia, do you still have your light out?
Yes.
As you can now see the light coming in, you do see that there are footprints in the dust that lead down the hallway, and then they take a right and disappear around the corner.
Guys, we have some footsteps in some dust. Oh, spooky.
How recent are they? So I sort of crane my head over.
I don't know.
How big are the footsteps?
Go ahead and make a survival check.
Yep, that's 50-year-old dust.
Me?
Who's ever trying to identify the footsteps?
I'll take a look since I'm right there.
Alright.
What's my survival bonus? Haha. Let's see. Ha! Oh yeah! That's right. I'm a rock gnome. 20.
Okay. So, let me see here. Where I lost one of my notes. Where did my note go? Okay. So as you're looking at it, looks like they are, best you can tell as you're looking at it, there is dust within the footprint itself. It's not as thick as the rest of the dust. So you guess it's more recent. It's been since whatever happened here did. But it's hard to narrow it down much more than that.
And are they like humanoid size or like gnome size giant or?
No, they are smaller folk.
Small. Okay.
So gnome, dwarf, halfling, goblin, something, one of the smaller races.
Okay. It's been here a while, not as long as everything else. And it's smaller people, smaller folk like me or Sarah or even maybe Rose or a goblin. I don't know.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Let's keep an eye out.
Okay, I'll defer to someone else going first. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take point again.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
right behind you.
Good luck.
Where did they come in from?
Yeah,
Where did
that's
they
a
go?
good. Yeah, I didn't see any
Where do they come from in
entrance
Cotton Eye
before
Joe?
this.
Well, if they're older. I mean, this dust is really thick, so they could have gone through, and then it's been another 10 years since they've gone through here, or 50 years.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So
Guess
Rose,
it's
you
too
said
late.
you're taking point?
Yes.
Okay, and Lydia, are you keeping your light out or are you covering it as you're moving forward?
I am keeping it out for now until
Okay.
told otherwise.
So Rose, as you continue as you take point, you start moving forward and take a turn to your right. First thing I want you to do is to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oops.
All right.
As you turn the corner, and start to trip over something.
And is this something I see? I guess not. Or
Not really, because you're turning a corner into this.
yeah. Okay. So that is a 9.
Okay. And then I need you to make one other than I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. That is a 17.
Okay. So as you turn the corner and are turned forward, you don't notice at first that laying on the ground, sort of half on its knees, crunched over, is... Let me make sure I get this. Is a huddled, gray, almost petrified remains of a goblin. On the ground, clutching what looks to be the broken hilt of a sword. And as you notice that, as you trip and start to stumble, you fall and start rolling towards a hole.
Okay.
As you get to the hole and sort of stall, your head drops down into this hole as you reach out with your arms and sort of catch the opening and manage to stop yourself completely going down into it.
Okay.
It smells wretched.
So, put my... Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, it smells like something's dead in there.
That is something many people say when they use one of these.
It's
Oh,
you
are
found
you
the toilet.
okay?
You found a really old toilet hole.
Well, that's disgusting.
Probably hasn't been used in a couple hundred years.
And died on the shitter.
Just starts this like dry gag in the corner.
Well, wonderful.
Sorry.
We found the bathroom hole.
Now we gotta go kill a slime.
Why is there
Alright.
Why is there
Oh boy.
a body huddled up in a damn bathroom?
Petrified. Buddy. Yeah.
Petrified. That's the
That's the
worst part.
strange part.
You're welcome to take a look at it if you'd like.
Alright, I'll give it a medicine check to see why it died, maybe?
Certainly, go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. Ooh,
Like picking at her hair, like kind of gets stuff.
24.
Okay. So as you're looking at... Okay, what's everyone's passive perception?
19.
12.
18.
Okay.
10.
16.
As you're
Well-
bent over and looking at it, Lydia, you can see that there are wounds that you can notice on, like puncture marks on the arms, up on the base of the neck, at different points. It looks like something bit this creature.
Alright, something... Would it be a big creature? Like, is it my palm size apart for the teeth or smaller?
Yeah, you'd guess this. These are some pretty hefty marks. You're not thinking
Alright.
this is humanoid.
Alright, so this is a pretty big thing that bit into this little goblinoid creature. Probably how it died. Look at the wall. Up and down the arm.
Is there any creatures in the Volo's guide that would be able to
Oh yeah.
petrify somebody that Ira would remember?
It-
Go
it-
ahead
is
and
it-
make a nature check, Furia.
Alright, because the creature I'm thinking of, I don't know if it is, or if I knew about this creature, so...
Because I was gonna say, is it petrified as in really, really old, or petrified as in turned to stone petrified?
You're Lydia's best guess is it is old and dried up.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I was first scared, then petrified.
Wow.
That is a 14 for nature.
So, as you're starting to think about this, you're not really catching anything that jump into mind from your reading in Volos. But then something else hits you as you're starting to think about this. As you hear a sound you've heard before. And Lydia, what is your armor class?
Oh no. 18.
As from somewhere above you in the darkness, you hear a... as Lydia is covered in a thick, sticky webbing.
Oh.
Hey, you're right.
Restrained.
Ah.
And I need you to all go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh, I hate this.
Bum, bum, bum,
As
It was web!
you have wandered into a giant spider's.
I hate that.
I'd rather stick my head back in the toilet.
Yeah, I hate.
Don't say that. You might end up down there at one
Yeah,
point.
you're right.
Oh god, this is just like the descent. 23.
Okay, well,
18.
Give me a second. No, hold on. Give me a second. Let me jump over.
Oh, I looked away for a second, but it was an actual 12.
Mhm.
I was just like, it's initiative. Who cares?
Yeah, whatever. I'm just going.
The only thing we're rolling good on tonight is
Yeah.
initiative.
I get advantage on initiative rolls.
So 20 to 25.
23.
23 as well.
Okay, so we have
Grandma!
Grandma
Sarah,
fight.
23. Anyone else over a 20? Okay. 15 to 20.
Yeah.
16.
And an 18 for me.
Okay, so we have Rose at an 18, Fury at a 16. Okay, 10 to 15. 5 to 10.
9.
Okay,
Art!
Art and Murdoch, what we got?
I was
3.
43.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
You're
I'm
so
awake.
early that you wrap back down to the.
I'm so used to Murdoch being at the bottom.
Screw you!
Now we're here.
Screw you!
Sorry.
Okay. So we actually started at the top this time with Murdoch and Sarah.
I am going to try and cut Furia out of the webbing.
Fury is not in the webbing.
I mean, Lydia. Damn it! No, I did it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
my bad
It's
children.
spreading.
It fails
Same.
because
It's a
Fury
disease.
is not in the web.
Okay, go ahead and
look
make your
at that.
attack roll.
Attack roll? Okay.
Yep, yeah, it's, when you're trying to cut the webbing, you need to, basically you're attacking it.
Okay. I was like, I'm not attacking Lydia.
Maybe you are.
I would like to use one of my luck points and roll again.
Oh, okay. Apparently she was attacking Lydia with that roll.
Okay.
Okay, 19.
Okay, so that'll hit, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, dagger.
I think a dagger is 1d6.
It's 1d4 plus 3, so 5.
Okay. As it takes you a little bit of time as you're taking the dagger and just sort of raking it through, but you do actually manage to get the webbing off of Lydia.
Oh, Granny, thank God. You're my favorite. Don't tell the others.
I
Okay,
heard that.
I'll tell the others. I'm right here!
Okay. Well,
I mean, I
while
know I
you
didn't join all that long ago, but
while you were going to free her, I don't know if we need Spider for the puzzle, but hell, I've only gotten to use the spell once since I took it, so I'm just gonna try Charm Monster.
Okay.
I will I'll use one of my bardic inspiration to say some unsettling words, and I'll be like, see, you think that you're the prey here, but really, you've fallen into my web. Be my friend, though, please. And it has to make a wisdom saving throw, and it has to subtract 4.
Okay. So it does have advantage where it is currently in combat with the group of you, but...
It does have advantage, yeah.
Let's see.
I'm hoping they're not super wisdomous. It's a spider. Advantage, but then -4.
Oh, it's actually got a 0, but that is a 17.
A 17
Se-
with
a
the
seven-
-4?
No, it doesn't. Oh, no. 13. 17 on the
Okay,
dot.
because 17 would pass. It fails.
You said -4, and I thought modifier, and I went, no, they've got a 0 modifier.
No,
Oh,
-4 for my unsettling words.
And yes, that is a 13.
Okay. Then yes. Its many little spider eyes glow nice and pink. And I'm like, no, hold on. Actually, dear, maybe you could be useful to us. Not food. Not food.
Okay. Well,
Please
then-
don't hit it. Please don't hit it. Please don't hit it, everyone. Please don't hit it. I know you want to hit it so
I'm sorry.
badly.
It just crawls down from the ceiling and right over next to Murdoch. And that's all it does.
I got it.
And that brings us to Rose and Furia next. Murdoch's yelling at you not to hit this thing.
Are you sure, Murdoch? Not to. Are you sure I shouldn't hit this thing?
Don't. I've got a spell on it.
We could try it in the other
Right.
room, and then if it does not work or attacks us, then we can hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or feed it to an ooze.
Or feed it to an
Yeah.
ooze. But I'd like to try the
Definitely.
door first. It's on
Yes.
the way.
Sorry, I know everyone took their weapons out and got really but
Ugh, that thing.
I just really didn't think I was going to get to use my magic on anything in here.
Mm.
Why am I flailing like Jack Sparrow?
Okay, so that pretty much takes us out of initiative as Murdoch has charmed the spider to the joy of Lydia.
Ugh.
Sorry. Just on the off chance that, Sarah was right about the interpretation of the statues.
Yeah, I mean,
So that we don't have to have Furia turn into a spider.
I've already done a shape today, and we'd have to have rest, and I'd have to get back the other ones, so I'm saving it for something really important. And now that we have our own spider, I mean, let's go! Let's go!
Yeah, I've got this guy, girl. I don't know how to gender spiders. I've got him for an hour, so we're good.
yeah,
Come
you
on.
leave that spider. That thing gives me the creeps. Ugh.
I agree.
As it starts following you, Murdoch, it does recharge its web shot.
Cool.
Nice!
Of course,
No idea.
had we were still in combat, that never would have recharged, but
All right. Well, yeah. I guess I'm in the lead now with the spider because I'm guessing nobody wants to walk with it. And I'll
I'm
go
fine
back-
right beside it.
Okay.
I'm not
And go back to the statue room.
okay. So
Now.
Yeah, so what? Shoot web at the door or at the statue?
Well,
Just put it on that thing
Pressure
and
plate?
have it go right up to the doors.
the thing is it said web. If we're assuming that it said web, which I still don't know why it would be written backwards. it pointed at the statue on the right. If we're assuming that that's an arrow. But I'm still kind of like, why would it be written upside down unless... Because you looked on the ceiling, right? And the ceiling was fine?
The ceiling was bare. And even if you were upside down on the ceiling, hanging down, it'd still be the same way as you looking from.
It would. Yeah. Well, how the heck do I tell it to shoot a web? I believe.
Unless it's like ME weird character. But I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
That's just a random trying to put myself on the ceiling and looking down at this thing.
Yeah, I will, just for the sake of this, I will use my universal speech, so that hopefully maybe a spider understands. And I'll be like, do you want me to have it shoot a web at the statue and then walk onto the pressure plate? All right. Shoot a web onto that statue. Goop it.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
No.
I'm like saying it like it doesn't make sense, but I also don't know what else
I mean,
it's.
it,
Why would that be the puzzle?
web? I mean, maybe the fact that it's backwards is telling us like which way to aim. I don't know.
Okay, so you watch as
I feel like I'm being really stupid.
Yeah.
the web all over the right-hand statue.
Quick! It's running to the front.
Go stand in front of that door,
Alrighty then.
please.
So as you watch as it walks forward,
It's gonna just get like. Why am I doing this? I know it's not gonna work. Why would that be the solution to the puzzle? This is so. This is so.
You guys are thinking too hard. Of course, it's the solution.
But why write it backwards then?
With period.
B-W.
where are
Is it, like,
my...
abbreviation?
He's getting the damage dice. He didn't even entertain this. This is so stupid. Why do I think? Well, we had a spider. Well, we'll see what it does.
As you watch, as the two statues with their arms outreached towards the door, as this spider crawls towards the door and you hear the click as the pressure plate goes down, you watch as the base of both statues start to glow. And the glow rapidly travels up the statue, out into the outstretched arms. The statue that is webbed stops there. The statue that is not webbed proceeds to launch a massive bolt of lightning into the spider.
Okay.
We needed to web
And
both.
that spider takes...
Oh my god, the web actually did stop the trap?
I would appreciate the apologies
Oh,
from
God!
my party.
Wait, hold on.
Takes 22 points of lightning damage.
Oh!
And is now twitching on the pressure plate. It looks wrecked, but it is still technically alive.
Can you web the
Alright.
other one?
Yeah.
By-
have it
Is
webbed.
it still Murdoch's friend?
Yeah, okay,
Sure.
so by the nature of the spell, if this trap is considered an ally in this sense, that will end my. Let me see.
Yes,
Hold on. Let me.
I
read.
do not think the trap is considered a member of your party
No.
or an ally of Murdoch. So
It's keeping us from going forward.
Okay. Oh,
Well, it didn't open the door. It just stepped on a...
So sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Can you reload your thorax? And can you just get the other statue too?
Roll a d6.
Yeah.
Yeah, this won't unlock the door. This will just allow us to stand on the pressure plates and not get zapped.
4.
Maybe
Stand on the pressure.
No, it does not
tell
reload.
the spider that.
Your spider friend has not reloaded their web. But they are still twitching on standing in front of the doors.
Okay, come back.
As it starts to crawl back away, you watch as the floor pops back up.
Okay.
we need to
I feel
have
bad.
something or be someone to not get attacked when stepping on the pressure plate. But who is that? Or what do they have to hold? Is it one of the rings? Is it you have to be somebody? Get a scan? Magic scan?
It
Until
looks
we-
like the web statue didn't choose, so if we could just...
If we goop up the other one,
The
then
other
we
one.
can sit there and we can just play.
Yeah, that's what
Stand
I'm
on the
thinking.
pressure plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Is there,
I think she's all out right now.
Is there enough...
Yeah, I just rolled again. It's not... Still hadn't recharged.
I pat Furia on the leg. You're up!
What about the webbing that we cut off of Lydia? Is that just kind of like... just like gets useless by the
Back in
fact
the
that
toilet.
we cut it up?
I mean, you could
We gotta
try.
go back to the potty.
I mean, we could just try and
It's
like wrap
sticky.
it up.
Touch
It tends to like gather dirt and stuff and then
Yep.
not work as well.
I mean,
Don't
I'm just
want to-
trying to think of something here.
I mean, I can always turn into a spider and web up the statue, but we could also get rid of the slime by throwing this spider in that other room.
Kind of feel guilty now, but I don't like it still.
The
Can-
spider
can-
tried to
It
attack
was
us
gonna, yeah, it was
and
gonna try
probably
kill us,
killed
don't
that
forget that.
goblin.
Did Webby. I did not enjoy that.
Could we see if she can reload again?
I've been rolling. It hasn't happened yet.
I mean, wait another few minutes, and if not,
Maybe we feed it something. Maybe does food help it reload? Furia, does food help you reload when you're a spider?
No. It just takes time.
Can we just tie the other thing?
Do you want
I
to
mean-
tie the giant statue?
No.
I mean,
That's
it's
a good idea. I shouldn't do that.
I mean, I think Sarah was right about web on the floor. Why it's backwards, I'm not really sure, but
Phew.
That was a 4.
Well, I think we should throw this spider in the slime room, get rid of the
We need to
slime.
Up the spider first, Furia. If we throw the spider in the slime room, we have no spider.
No, you have me. I can be a spider. I can do the web. That's my point.
all right, that should
And
work.
we may have more trouble going through these doors, so we may need to go through the slime room anyway
True.
to get stuff out of the other doors. I don't know.
Kill the slime.
And then I charm the slime, and then we just keep on playing Pokemon.
Just dissolve
in
the
this
doors with the.
dungeon. I can cast that spell another. Hold on. 3 times.
Oh gosh.
Your spider has recharged.
Oh, God.
Oh, are you okay?
Well, in that
It
case,
sort of cocks its head looking at you. It's
Okay.
bleeding. It's
Yeah.
one leg is hanging limp.
Do I look okay?
Listen,
Spider can only hold 6 guns now.
can you goop up the man statue, the other one? Can you goop it?
Mm. Takes a shot and seems to hit. Seems to have done it.
Okay. Oh my god, why do I feel bad? Do you want to go for a walk now?
It looks
You
towards the
really
door and looks
felt-
at you and takes a step backwards.
Come on, this way.
You
Seems
all
to know
really
what
felt
happened
bad
the
about
last
this.
time it stepped there.
Felt bad. You would have healed the spider. Nobody has done anything like that. So come on, guys.
I don't feel bad.
I don't have healing spells like.
We're gonna
that.
sacrifice it to the slime anyway, Murdoch.
Okay.
Somebody can. I'll push on the
I'm sorry, I'm just an empath.
the pressure plate with my quarterstaff. Would that
Okay.
work? And I'll jump back as soon. Does anybody have anything longer? A halberd?
I've got my scythe. It's pretty long.
Oh yeah, that.
You have long arms too, Lydia. You can stand like
I'll do that then.
just
I'm not
jump
that
back
nimble at jumping.
backwards. Fall backwards.
I
I'll
can
pull you
fall
backwards.
Okay, we'll do that. Alright, so
Oh.
I'll go up and I will try to press the tip of my weapon on the pressure plate.
Okay.
And I'll be poised, ready to help
Which is,
Lydia jump backwards.
Has reach. So I'm like,
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
I'll be a little beefy. I'll be getting a 16.
Okay, you did enough, and as you watch as you click it down. And again, you see the same thing, the glow at the base, and it sort of radiates up and hits the arms, and then nothing jumps out.
But also the
All right.
Doors don't swing open.
And then
Door
once
doesn't
you, as soon as you ease up that pressure, the pressure plate pops right back up.
Okay.
I mean, maybe the door
Yeah,
isn't
well,
locked. Maybe it's
Yeah,
just
I think we
plugged
just
in.
couldn't stand on the pressure plate to open it. That's all.
Okay. Do you want me to go in?
Do we want
Want to go in first?
to go this way or deal with this spider and this slime?
I mean, let's see if the door opens.
Okay.
Let's see if we need something else, or if it was just you get
Alright.
shocked while you're standing there trying to.
Yeah, I will try to open the door.
The door
now.
is magicked. The door is magicked.
Uh,
Just so you know.
all right. Yeah, I'll try to open it.
Okay.
Anyway.
As you reach up and start pulling and again, very similar to the entrance doors, up on both, and start pulling on these massive hooks on the doors. And eventually the doors start to swing in towards you. Those of you who are staying back are seeing, again, the same thing as Rosa steps forward and starts opening the doors. The base of the statues lights up, and then you watch as this energy crackles up and then is not being shot out at the group of you. Rose, as you get them open about 10 or 20% of the way, you feel the doors sort of take over and the doors continue to open on their own.
Whoa, whoa.
Those of you within the room can see that the doors, as they continue to swing open, are going to make contact with the statues. Outstretched arms.
Like, are their hands positioned like they're gonna like hold it gently, or like seem like it's going to like break them?
It
Or
looks like it's
maybe-
as the door opens, it's going to hit the opened hand.
It's gonna like
Okay.
electrify.
It
the
doesn't look
doors
like
and
it's
stuff.
necessarily going to break the statues, but
Rose, just maybe get it out of the way so they don't.
Yeah,
maybe,
come-
I don't
oh.
know.
Come back.
All right, and I'll take some steps back and kind of yes.
And everybody step back, just to be sure. Just to be sure.
oh, okay. So as the group of you step back, I'm assuming, are you bringing the spider back with you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. As you backed up towards the entranceway of the room and everyone sort of clustered in this entranceway, you watch as the doors open And as they both make contact with the hand, all of a sudden you can see the spark on each side of the door. And it starts almost like those... I lost the name of them, those orbs that you'll see. That, and you're watching just little bolts of electricity jumping from door to door. It seems like every...
The Tesla coils?
Yeah.
Or like a... Okay.
It's just, you'll watch as one of the doors you'll see a little spot start to glow and then shoots down on one side of the door. And the other door will start to go and just shoot off and it'll hit a point on the other one. It's happening anywhere between every 6 to 12 seconds, basically about once around.
Okay.
Or once every other round.
Even as Rose has gotten off of the pressure plate now, it continues to pump out energy. Okay.
Looks like it's the circuit's completed.
Yeah, with the doors contacting the statues.
I wonder what's inside. Everybody ready to jump in?
Yeah, are they like... Is it just kind of like shooting off at like random spots?
It seems to be going back and forth between the doors.
Okay.
So it hasn't shot out at anyone, but
okay.
there's no one in between the doors either. So it's hard to say what would happen if you put something in between the two doors, unless you want to try it.
I mean, we could send this spider here, or we could send the spider to the slime.
I mean, we don't have to use a living thing. You can use something made of metal.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how far apart are the doors? 10 feet?
Yep.
Or just less than that?
Well, just shy of 10 feet. It's a 10-foot hallway. So you figure it's probably like 9.5 feet, something like that, between the doors as they're fully opened.
Sarah said she could shoot a crossbow bolt to see if it...
Yeah.
I was gonna say, does anybody have any crowbars? We could string a bunch of those together and very quickly, or using rope or something, just see if we can attract the lightning. I mean, the doors are metal, so those are metal.
I'm a Tempest Cleric. Somehow I should be able to harness this.
I do not have that, but there are still those old swords in the other room if we don't want to give up any of our gear.
Yeah, I could run back and grab one real fast.
We're gonna need a bunch of them.
Oh, you have a crowbar?
I have a crowbar. Do you need a crowbar?
We're gonna need a bunch of metal stuff, I think.
Yeah, I'll go back and grab a bunch.
Why don't we just run through the
swords.
No?
You could do that.
I mean,
if you want.
We could.
I mean, you're the person that shoots lightning, so if you want to.
It cancels each other out.
If you feel like you can.
Lydia can just go there and grab it and just be like, get juiced up on it. And be like, ah!
It's like Static Shock.
That'd be
yeah.
I'll go grab some of those swords, and I'll just go back and basically pick up as many as I can, scoop up and handle them in my arms like that.
Okay, so Rose disappears back down towards the entrance. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm shooting a crossbow bolt.
Just down the hall?
Like in between the doors.
Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay. 16?
Can you give me a second?
Maybe the spider could be a friend.
What's the range on the on your crossbow?
30. But then it has 120 in parentheses.
Oh, okay. Do me a favor, make a second attack roll.
Okay.
11.
Okay, let's see here.
We're doing it, guys. We're doing the thing where you go in a dungeon,
Okay.
you spend a lot of time at a door.
As you fire your mostly wooden crossbow bolt through the door,
Mm-hmm.
sails down the hallway. Then a couple minutes later, here, boom, it seems to have stuck into something somewhere off in the darkness.
Ah!
I was just gonna say.
My knee!
Wilhelm scream.
Ricky!
Vistas.
Ricky!
Oh, shoot!
Oh my
somebody in the
god!
knee!
Someone shot Rock! Someone shot Ricky!
Oh, hey, guys, where's that post you pulled out of the grating back there? That might work. I mean, it's rusty, but it might work.
Oh
As
yeah,
Rose
that's
has
some more
just
metal.
gotten back with all the other swords and everything.
Alright.
That's off some of my plate mail.
No.
So I'm going to start putting the swords on the ground in a line, and then using my wooden quarterstaff to push them in a line up to the door. So it's kind of like connecting the two doors, so it doesn't have to jump in between. Or at least that's my idea. I don't know if swords are
Oh, you're trying to
conductive
like,
enough for
Oh,
that.
I get
For it.
what you're saying. You're like trying to make it so that it's easier for it to pass through the metal so that it stops jumping at each other.
Yeah,
through the
like
air.
give it a
So it's more
pass,
consistent, so we can jump over one place.
Yeah.
I don't know
maybe.
how conductive swords are, which is why I was going for like crowbars, but I'm trying not to get everybody electrocuted here.
I mean, if we have whatever we have, if we have enough
Okay.
crowbars, I just.
Yeah, I
anyone
don't
who
think I
has-
have one.
Anyone who has spools of copper wire from the message spell.
I think that might not be thick enough for this
I know.
circuit.
All our copper wiring.
Yeah, it's
So,
you can
yeah,
try as
I
you're
attempt-
sliding them over.
I'm attempting. Yo,
Go ahead and what's better, your strength or your dex?
my dexterity.
Okay, go ahead and make a straight dex check then.
Science is fun.
Natural 20 plus 3 is a 23.
Oh, okay, so let me jump back here real quick.
I mean, the 20 had to be natural 20 had to be rolled at some point to balance out all your ones and twos.
Yeah, I know it is.
That natural 20 initiative check carrying us.
Okay. So you do manage to get it a good portion of the way across between the two swords and the three short swords, but it is not enough to make a connection. You need at least one more piece of substantial length of metal. As basically
Guys,
what
where's
you're doing
that-
is matching the blade to the blade, so you're losing
Right, 'cause
some
the
of the
hilt
extra
is
piece
wood.
where you're not using the leather
Yeah.
and the stuff in the pommel.
I
Where's
actually,
that post that you pulled out of the door?
yeah, the
Try
rod.
that. It's probably on the floor back there, right?
Oh yeah, I think we just dropped it where we.
I'll run back and get it and
Okay.
push it into place.
Okay. And you're using your quarterstaff to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just check the range on
Quarterstaff would probably be as tall as I am.
that. Oh no, I'm
5.5
referring to the room.
feet.
Yeah.
So as you're pushing it in and starting to get it there, the energy does start coursing down towards the ground. It does arc out once as the circuit is completed, though, towards you. So I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
All right. I have a feeling everybody might see a furious skeleton or something like that. That is a 10. Yikes.
Okay, so that is not great. And is anyone else in the middle of the room as Fury is doing this? I know Rose had brought stuff in. I know Murdoch
Yeah.
and the spider had backed out.
Yeah, I probably would have been like pretty close since I ran up and dropped all these
Okay.
blades.
Lydia, Art, Sarah.
I would have probably been at the entrance of the room, but not in the
Okay.
room.
I backed up when we opened the doors. I didn't really move past that.
Okay, so it looks like the rest of you are still back out there. So as this arc jumps, as you start to connect the circuit, Furia, you take 6 points of lightning damage.
All right.
As it then arcs from you to Rose. Rose, you take 4 points of lightning damage.
All right.
And the rest of you that had backed out of the room, watch as it just sort of dissipates, as you can see the electricity crawling over Rose's shoulders and across her back, and then just seems to dissipate.
Pretty cool stuff there.
Parts of my hair
Cool.
standing on
I don't know
end.
if I don't know if cool is the word I'd say. Ow.
You guys okay?
Yeah.
I'm still breathing.
Yeah, that's
That-
definitely,
ouch.
definitely.
Do not recommend.
Yeah, definitely bit me, but I'm alright.
Okay, so does that
Did
mean
it work?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it still arcing through the air?
It is not arcing through the air anymore. It seems to be arcing along the ground.
Science!
Nice.
Wait, what?
Artificery.
I'm not sure of that word.
Science?
Yeah.
Artificery?
Oh, I know what an artificer is, but I have no idea what science is.
Artificery stuff.
Science is
The study of the natural world.
Thank you. It's the
Does that
study of
make
the
me
natural
a science? Sciencer?
Science.
scientist.
Science.
I like science and more.
Oh, you are a sciencer. A scienceomancer.
I
Anyway.
just really like trees. I think it's safe to hop over. Definitely do not kick or touch that line of objects.
Yeah, that didn't feel good, so.
You got it.
Alright.
Oh, and don't maybe hop over the thing, the tile too.
Right.
I'm gonna take a running jump and try to clear it all at once.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's
I'll-
your strength score?
0. It's a 10.
Okay, so you can clear 10 feet with a running jump. So you would land just on the other side of the whatchamacallit, of the tile.
That's what I'm going for.
Okay, yeah, easy enough to do. You just do it. Don't even need to roll for it.
Yeah,
And I'll walk another couple steps just to make way for everybody else.
Can I throw Granny at someone, maybe?
Not me. I'm not that strong.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I would have followed Furia's lead and taken a running jump.
Okay,
get
yeah,
to the other
I
side.
know your strength is over a 10, so you're fine.
Okay. Granny, do you want to piggyback? Oh, I take
Sure
running.
thing.
Alright. Can I do that, DM?
Okay. Go ahead. Because you're carrying someone, I'm going to make you make a strength check.
Okay.
And Granny, you need to make a strength check to hold on. Is this it? You're dealing with someone who is literally got your ankles and then just...
15.
Oh, we had to do a strength check anyway. Okay.
Yeah, but the DC is a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, Lydia, you do clear the distance.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I got 10 exactly.
Okay, and you do manage to hold on. So,
Oh, good.
and that leaves us Murdoch and Artemis on the other side.
Carry or go on your own.
Can you Misty Step? Teleport?
Boy,
Fly?
do I have those right now?
think
Do I
really
have a-
hard and just appeared over here? I should have tried that.
Hold your
Oh, I
breath.
do!
Okay. I was gonna say, if you want to hold your breath and go in my bag of holding for just a quick little moment.
No, I think I'm okay.
Okay, go.
I'll take a running start and then cast Misty Step.
Okay.
And
Your
so-
archer just then vanishes and appears. Where are you aiming for? You going the full 30 feet, or you just...
Kind of by Furia.
Okay. So you have to, as you watch, as this little poof of mist appears, and Art is now beside you, leaving Murdoch and her spider alone.
I look at the spider. Get down on one knee. I think this is where we have to part ways. Because I don't think that I'm going to convince you to go through that. So why don't you just go back to your web and nurse that leg? Sorry. Get out of here! Just get out of here! Go!
Oh my
Go on,
god!
go on, get now.
Get on! Get!
As you say,
Murdoch always get this emotional around spiders.
turns and starts to walk away.
Okay, I'm gonna run and jump.
And as you take about 2 steps, you hear a little... As you stumble, as there is a small spot of webbing on your foot. As the spider just decided to mess with you as it walked away.
I have never received sass from an arachnid.
What a wonderful sentence.
Rub my boot against the rock a bit and then do it again. Run and
It's
jump.
easy enough. And your strength's over a 10, right?
Yeah, it's like 14.
Yeah, so you charge forward, jump right over. And all of you have made it into the next hallway.
The nerve of some spiders.
And as you stand in this hallway and see there's an opening to your left, heading down another hallway to the south, a few doors further in the hallway on also heading south, and then something down at the far end as well. So we look at the various options you have. That's where I'm going to call an end to tonight's session. You have made your way into the haunted halls and have, with quite a minimal amount of damage to yourselves, avoided a couple of traps. A battle with a now somewhat wounded, sassy giant spider. And avoided a trap that was not exactly what you thought it was.
It really was just web?
Ooze?
Really was.
Oh, really? It was just one. Yeah.
Did they just write backwards back then? Why is
Maybe.
Why is it written
Like a Da Vinci
backwards?
thing? I don't know.
Maybe they read from right to left back then.
So we will be back next Monday, folks. For those of you who are following, and again, we think we may have lost from somewhere, but according to Discord and YouTube, we are on episode 99 next week. So tune in. We'll have a lot of fun next week, and then in 2 weeks will be episode 100. So depending on how things go, they may be getting near their goal of why they're here for that 100th episode. So
That'd be
definitely
nice.
tune in. Don't forget, we've got other streams almost every night each week, and we've got the new Alien stream starting this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely check them out. And Michael's put together a pretty cool cast. I think you guys will have fun with it. So enjoy, folks, and don't forget, next time you need to convince a spider to walk in between 2 Tesla coils and get electrocuted, just for the lols, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus.
I was right. I was right.
You were right. You were
I
right.
was right.
I trusted you enough to charm a spider.